Raiding. The activity where you and 7 other monkeys bash your head into a wall for hours on end for the prospect of getting good drip. So you can flex on all those glue-sniffing normies AFKing in Limsa and pretend you're better than the average player, despite hating every second of this nightmare. Now, to any sane person, spending hours locked inside a cage with 7 other mouth-breathing savages, who can barely do mechanics or their own rotation, may seem like a horrible experience, and dear viewer, they are correct. When I first started my journey in Weave Simulator 2077, I always had a slight interest in raiding. I wanted to experience these glorious set pieces. I wanted to take myself to the next level. I wanted to fight a big-ass dragon. I wanted to ride a big-ass dragon. Wait, what? And yet, at the end of things, the only thing that I realised that remains constant in this way of life is suffering. Much like living in the United States, my condolences. Tell me, dear viewer, have you ever joined a P5S kill party only for it to be a Devour prog? Or joining a Kazexia 2 prog only to die to the opening raid wide? I hate this game so much. But let it be known that I am a casual gamer, who rocks a female aura and who has an insatiable desire for playing White Mage, despite hating every second of it. Even though I can play other jobs, like Dragoon, which provide far more stimulation, I always come crawling back to this goddamn job, and I am not too sure why. Also, because I don't dedicate all my time to perfecting my gameplay and inflating my bars, in the eyes of Yoshi P, I am clearly the target audience. So my opinions hold significantly more weight than the average hardcore raider. That's why I'll say it right here and right now. No matter how much coverage the raiding scene in this game gets, no matter the amount of bangers that get released, I will never become a sweaty, grade A masochist for the sake of gaining brownie points and showing off to my friends. This armor set, the colours, the gold trim, whatever this purple swirly thing is, it's perfect. Where do I acquire such a beautiful thing? What? I have to raid? Well, I guess I heckin' love raiding now. Because the only way I can go from 0 to frickin' hero is to brace the horrors of the FF14 raiding community, learn what the hell rotation is, come to terms with how insecure samurai players are, spend hundreds of thousands in materia only to learn you bought the wrong one, and that the materia prices have taken a nosedive and you just wasted a buttload of money for being more of a waste of space than your average machinist player. I truly despise this game. Now, if you yourself want to descend into this pit of madness, then you have 2 options. The first option, the lawful good path, is where you've come to the conclusion that standing alone by yourself is far too lonely, and so in order to reach greater heights, you come together with your companions, your comrades, your friends, to form a party, a static in other words. You've been through a numerous amount of trials in the past, and yet not a single one has been able to shake the faith you hold in one another. And here, before the final challenge, you all stand there, ready, resolute, resolved, to face your greatest battle yet. And then you inevitably break up. Because one guy was messing around with one of the healers who turned out to be the leader's girlfriend, and then the entire situation went frickin' nuclear, causing everyone to hate each other and your entire friendship to dissolve. So yeah, that is option 1. Option 2 is a lot more interesting in my opinion, and requires far less emotional baggage, where you take the chaotic neutral path, where you forsake all manner of companionship and camaraderie, where you stand alone. You're strong, powerful even. And yet, in spite of all of that strength, it's still not enough. You've realized that those around you merely serve as shackles, inhibiting your true potential. And so, to break those shackles, you've traveled near and far and arrived at your fated destination. Party Finder. Now this is where the fun begins. Now Pathfinder is notorious in the FF14 community for two reasons. For being astronomically good at the game, impossible. Or for being astronomically bad. Guess which one is far more common? And so taking this into account, I dived headfirst into Pathfinder. Some may call me brave, others may call me foolish. I simply regret my choices. Oh boy, I sure love it when the entire raid dies to raid wides because my teammates forgot to use their mitigation, and not because their white mage forgot to press their shiny mitigation button. Yeah, couldn't be me. Yeah, I may not like raiding, and I may despise this boss in particular, but I will concede on the fact that the aesthetics and the music are really damn good. Soken, my sweet prince, you've done it once again. You've managed to go against the laws of physics and produce straight fire! Yeah, it makes you want to get up and scream.